because I lied and I misled a lot of people. I've stated that this is a complicated as fuck topic, at least to me it is, because...
What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. It's your man, Jamil Muhammad. Today we're going to be reacting to Liver King and his recent apology for lying about his use of steroids within the past few years, and the fact that he built his entire social media platform with steroids basically as his friend. Now, before we get into the main points, I do want to recognize the fact that one thing that is respectable is the fact that when you're basically exposed, you try to give the truth. But one thing I can't respect is when you try to give half truths. And we're going to talk about why his justification for it is a bunch of BS and how he probably should try to clean it up a little better next time. Now I'm going to play a clip where he tries to justify the use of his performance-enhancing drugs as a support for mental health of young men, as they are typically seen as weak, or they are weak and they want to improve their lives and basically be better, stronger, mentally and physically.
Liver King, the public figure, was an experiment to spread the message, to bring awareness to the 4,000 people a day who kill themselves. The 80,000 people a day that try to kill themselves. Our people are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition in life.
Now you can go to his YouTube platform and scroll down and try to find this mental health support video content. If that was the basis of his platform, you should be able to recognize that right away. When you see him, he's shirt off, eating raw meat, livers, and other organs.
And we cooked it whole. We have a whole bobcat, liver, testicles, and bone marrow because that... What did you say?
Testicles. And eating these things on a on a consistent basis with his chef, eating bobcats and other things, which is weird because his ancestral living justification is not linked to long lives. So these people don't even, whatever ancestors he's talking about, they didn't know how to live and live a long life. Eating like that, you will probably experience more poor mental health rather than positive mental health. So, and that seems like some BS if you ask me. 1 time, 2 times, or 3 times. And so I want us to consider who's influencing me. How do I know I'm influenced? When they say something and then I want to act afterward. Who's influencing you? What are they selling you? Again, Liver King is a businessman. He will sell you anything, even if it's literal death. All meat, all raw meat, fresh out of an animal meat. He literally, he'll take a real liver, and eat it. Again, just further making that point, that's not justifying positive mental health at all. So he called it complicated. It's not complicated. The thing is, you took steroids, didn't admit to it, talked about you was natty, and now you were caught. Not only did you make an apology video, you didn't apologize for the entire thing. It's like when somebody says, I'm so sorry that I punched you in the face, but I punched you in the face because it promotes physical health, and now that I'm caught, I have to justify it with something that is completely unrelated and something that is just basically not true. I don't even have to get that deep into it. It's just not true. Basically, he is capitalizing off of seeming to promote health, which he doesn't. He's swole, he's cut up, he's jacked because of his steroid use. He talked about 36 years of working out, but if you eat all meat in your diet, you're gonna create some acidic blood, which is not good for you, right? You have to drink water, you have to eat vegetables or some plant-based components to keep you on this planet for a long time. You will not live a long time eating straight meat and eating raw meat, which is gross. Not only is it gross, it's not good for you. So on the mental health tip, I want us to really consider who influences you in this life. Who influences you and why is this person inspirational to you? Now, I told you last time in the previous video, and I'll post, I don't know where it's gonna appear. It's gonna appear somewhere right here. These bodybuilders are full of it. And shout out to Larry Wills, because he recently stopped using performance-enhancing drugs and peptides, whatever he's using, enhancing his physique. He stopped using it. It's not good for your heart. It's not good for your mental health. The only thing, it makes you look good, but on the inside, you're literally suffering. Your heart is suffering. Your brain is suffering. And ultimately, those around you will suffer. Take example, Chris Benoit, the famous wrestler. From when we were little, I couldn't watch wrestling, but when I went to my friend's house, I used to sneak. But anyway, he was suffering from mental health, and he was an avid steroid user. Like many wrestlers and actors or whatever, they were using these drugs, and they experienced a lot of poor mental health. And at a point, they just stopped taking. Take C.T. Fletcher. He used to eat whatever he wanted. He used to take whatever steroids he wanted. And I love that man. Like, he's one of my greatest inspirations just because of his mind. We're talking about the mental part of this. So his mind is what I love, right? And the fact that you can use your mind and create the reality that you want. You can create the environment that you want, and you can attract certain people. So not only does your mind allow you to experience the physical goodness that this world has to offer, or the one that you create, you can also use those components in your mind to basically mold the outside world and create the life that you want. Like coffee, barbaric lifestyle, this primal life that everyone is infatuated with will not grant you a long life. I guarantee you. Fast, eat a plant-based diet, be grateful, get some rest, drink some water, and continue to improve and elevate your life. Experience and embrace all of those challenging times, and you'll have a lot better life than just suffering and eating raw meat. Again, this is absurd. If you think like you don't even have to be a nutritionist to understand that. This is ridiculous. But it's being sold to people because they don't necessarily study those things, or they think, oh, he's qualified because he's just some swole dude on the internet with a beard, shirt off. So think about the fact that if you love the guy, he owes his real supporters and fans and business clients a real apology for the fact that he just did it because he wanted to do it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Once again, it's your man, Jamil Muhammad. We out here. Peace.